Hey guys, welcome to Drop Your Buffs, Survivor Samoa. I'm so excited, a new season of Survivor is starting in just a little over 2 weeks, and we've got a lot to talk about. First off, I want to start by apologizing for never finishing Survivor Talking Sheens with you guys. I mean, clearly I finished it, I know the result, but I didn't ever get around to doing vlogs or whatever about it. I was really busy, and I was actually traveling. I was in New York City for some stuff, and I just didn't have access. So sorry. I figured by the time I got back that you guys had all seen it already and had made your opinions, so I just kind of left it where it was. But this season we'll try to make it better, and we will try to stick it all the way through. I'm not going to try to promise day of reporting or anything. I'm at school. I'm a student. I have a lot on my plate, but we'll see what we can do. So let's talk about some of the new cast. My first observation with the new cast is that everyone has really common names, which sounds really strange, but it's true. I mean, just looking at the first few: Ashley, Ben, Betsy, Brett, Dave, Elizabeth, Eric. I mean, it's just, I don't know why that stood out to me, but I was like, wow, these guys are kind of boring. Not like boring names, but like really common names. So that was interesting. The next thing that stood out to me was that there's all the girls, like the younger girls, not the older women, but the younger, like the girls. They just don't have much going for them, for me at least. I'm just looking at them, they all kind of seem the same, they blend together, and this is just looking at them on paper. I mean, I have hardly watched any of the videos because they didn't work for me very well. I don't know, so I just gave up kind of, and there's 20 of them, so I just was like, well, we'll leave this for later. But I read all their bios on CBS.com. It's kind of interesting, but they just blended together, like Marisa, Natalie. I don't even know who Natalie is. Monica, Ashley. They're just, I don't know. I didn't like them. I also noticed kind of a spread between the guys, that there's these like womanizer guys who are like bartenders and whatever, but then there's these like really intelligent guys. So I don't know how that's going to work out in terms of who's going to want to be with who and where the competition is, because there's a lot of womanizers and there's only 10 girls and only like maybe 5 of them are cute. So with 5 womanizers, like, it's gonna get competitive for the ladies, which I thought was funny. But so I'm just gonna pull out a few interesting people to me. Dave, he just seems a little off to me, and I don't know why. He could be either really fun or really painful to watch. I could see him being targeted early, but he's just, there's something about him that's just kind of creepy. I think it's his hair. I don't know. Elizabeth, she seems super cool and really, really smart, and she's one of my favorites right now. She's a lawyer. I think she'll think differently, and she'll play the game differently, and I'm excited about that. So we'll see about her, but she seems really smart, and I think she's one of those people that if she can get with the right people, she'll go really far, and so I think she's going to be fun to watch. Jason, if that's how you say it, it looks like Jason to me, but it's like Jason or something. This guy seems, just like Elizabeth to me, really fun and really cool. He's a law student, and he goes to a school that's near and dear to my heart, so I kind of know where he's coming from intellectually and how his mind has been trained. So I'm kind of excited to see how he plays the game, because I feel like his approach is going to be different, but like in a good way. But very intellectual, but he's also a very physical person, so it'll be interesting to see how he can kind of mask his physicalness and use his intellect, or vice versa, or just put them two together. I'm afraid he's going to be a little overbearing, and that it'll kind of kill him from the start. But I really like Jason, and I'm excited to see what he does. John the rocket scientist. I love that he's a rocket scientist. That's all I'm going to say about him, because otherwise. Laura, she's the conservative who thinks she's like the next Sarah Palin or whatever. I think she's hilarious, and I think if she can stick to her beliefs and play this game, she's going to be a really good one to watch. I just think she's going to have a hard time relating to everyone else because of her beliefs. I mean, there's Kelly, the free spirit dreadlocks girl, and her, I just don't see that like doing any of this, so I'm just a little concerned about how she's gonna fall. If she can take on like more of an older woman motherly role, it might be okay for her, but not so sure about her. Mike the chef, he's big, he's old, but I just think he's cool. I'm excited about him. I think he's gonna be I think they'll like him and they'll keep him around, and then he'll make it to the merge, and then they'll be like, Mike, he's not going to be a threat, and then he will be a threat. I like him though, he's fun. This Russell H guy, everyone's like, I'm over him already. I mean, I have to see him in action, but he just seems too full of himself, I know Survivor, I'm going to change this game, like, coach. And we had a coach last season. I don't need another person, like, trying to change the game or doing, being whatever. So I'm just going to kind of step back from him and cheer more for the intellectual types. Those are the ones I'm going to call out for now. There's 20 people. There's a lot of people who seem the same to me, like Ben and Eric seem really similar to me. Who else? Well, I called out all the girls that seem similar to me. So I'm just like, I'm not so sure if I like some of them, but there's so many people. I think we're not really going to get to know them until a couple episodes in, and I think it's going to be a really good season because with 20 people there's a lot of potential for different things to go on. There can be a lot of flips. There's going to be so many people you can try to ally with, multiple groups. I mean, you could split into multiple tribes instead of just 2. You could do, when you get to 18, you could have 3 tribes. You could start with 4. I think they're starting with 2, but there's a lot to play with. So that's just something to start you guys off. I'd probably come back and talk to you maybe a week before about my picks and stuff for the season. But until then, check out CBS.com, check out all the cool stuff that they have posted, and let me know what you guys think, who you think is going to be people to watch this season. And I'm excited to hear what you say. And I will be back to you in a couple weeks. See ya!